Hey, what's up, guys? This is going to be a review of Glory by Honor 10, but before we get into that, I want to follow up on all the trademark hate. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw his recent indie videos. They got a lot of dislikes, a lot of, immature comments, and, it's pretty idiotic what's going on. I feel like I need to step in and just, take a stand for Trademark and just tell you guys, support his videos. If you think he does a great job, let him know, because he's getting a lot of undeserved hate. And a lot of people are kind of questioning why, some of the other guys that talk about the indies aren't getting the same amount of hate. I mean, it's pretty well documented. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. I mean, you look at Trademark's, the amount of subscribers he has, and then look at all the work he's done. Look at his history of videos. He still consistently reviews WWE stuff, more so than a guy like me. So obviously he's going to get, a little bit more heat if people are not attracted to, the indies or whatever. So, that goes without saying. But let me just say this. A lot of these comments have been definitely immature. Very, very, a lot of these, I don't know if they're kids or they're just dumb fans or they're just, I don't know what they are. But white trash, I would even so to say. But, it's just unfortunate. And it's a shame because I heard there's rumors that Trademark possibly might shut his channel down because of this, because of all the negativity. But I just want to say that, Trademark, he's probably been, out of anyone that I met in New York City, he's probably been the guy at the ROH shows. He's probably been the guy that I've connected with the most and probably had the most fun, talking to. He's a great kid, and he works his ass off. I think he does a terrific job. He's very professional. So, if you guys do enjoy his videos, and if you guys do enjoy the indies and what he does on here, then definitely let him know, because we support him. We want him to, stick around, and all these comments, and a lot of people were looking at my channel and said, how come, you don't get the kind of heat that Trademark gets? It's just, I don't know why. I think there are haters out there that really don't like listening to me anymore, but I think they're kind of old enough or mature enough, not to leave anything stupid. They just, if they don't like you, they'll just not watch, or they'll just not comment, things of that nature, which is fine. I have a lot of haters out there. You just don't see it, because I think they're probably older guys, or they just probably unsubscribe. That's all it is. So now Trademark knows what it feels like to be John Cena. So that's pretty cool. But let me just take a little bit of a break, and I'll get on with the review. All right, Glory by Honor 10. I actually loved the show on paper. I thought it looked really, really sweet. Before Glory by Honor, though, it was kind of disappointing if you're going to compare it to the legacy of Glory by Honor. But yeah, the undercard was kind of, it was kind of questionable, a lot of questionable booking. Some of the matches didn't live up to their potential, but everything was still really, really good, though. And then I thought the main event was spectacular. Match of the year candidate. I think this show is worth it just for the main event alone, in my opinion. So let's just jump right into it. The first match tonight, we had the Prodigy, Mike Bennett, Adam Cole, Michael Elgin, and Grizzly Redwood in a four-corner survival. This was pretty solid. I mean, nothing amazing, but I thought Grizzly really blended in nicely. The last couple of closing sequences between Michael Elgin and Adam Cole were really, really good. This is a nice way to, continue. Elgin just came off of winning Survival of the Fittest, so this was a good way to maintain his momentum. So that was a good match. Next up, we had Jimmy Jacobs versus Tomasso Ciampa. There's absolutely nothing about this match that I could talk about other than Kevin Steen. Kevin Steen was sitting at ringside. Him and Steve Corino got into it, and then Steen was ejected from the building, and then boom, we had an impromptu match between Tomasso Ciampa and one of the Bravados, which was a squash. After that, we had Eddie Edwards versus Kyle O'Reilly. All right, next up we had Eddie Edwards versus Kyle O'Reilly. I thought this had a lot of potential with the storyline thing with Eddie and O'Reilly. I know I've talked about that before, but I think you could have done some sort of a jealousy storyline, with Eddie being jealous of, Davey spending too much time with Kyle, and, Eddie really snapping and dissecting and just taking Kyle apart. I thought you could have done something like that leading up to Final Battle. They planted the seeds for that back in the summertime, but they didn't follow up on it for whatever reason. But as far as this match goes, it's very submission-based. You got a lot of vicious strikes. Eddie did a lot of Kabashi-like chops right to Kyle's face, which looked pretty brutal. Like I said, you got some great submission wrestling. I think Kyle sequenced in the match with Kyle locked on a guillotine face lock, and then Eddie countered it into his TK1 bomb, which they're calling the Die Hard finisher right now. So yeah, Eddie busted out the Dragon Sleeper that he learned from Danny B7. This was kind of slow, but as the match progressed, it got really intense, and the crowd got extremely hot during the last couple minutes. So yeah, definitely a good match. 3 3/4 stars. Really liked it a lot. All right, next up we have the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks. You know, we've seen these guys wrestle time and time again. They've all been good matches. I mean, this really didn't quite live up to its potential because of the amount of time that they got in the ring. It just, you know, it felt like a television type of match. You know, it was short, it was sweet. They worked extremely hard. You know, very, very entertaining. It just, I mean, obviously they're going to have more matches in the future. So I guess they kind of wanted to save a lot for, you know, because the Young Bucks are the #1 contenders. Briscoes just won the belts, so expect to see more of these guys down the road. But this was sweet. A nice, solid 3.5-star match. All right, next up we had Jay Lethal versus Roderick Strong, a proving ground match. Jay Lethal's the television champion. If Roderick Strong lasted 15 minutes with Jay Lethal, then he will receive a Ring of Honor television title shot in the future. I think this is idiotic booking. In my opinion, whoever booked this, I assume, was delirious. This is Glory by Honor. This is the WrestleMania, used to be the WrestleMania of Ring of Honor. Why isn't the television championship defended? You know, that's the thing that used to make Ring of Honor great, was that the belts were always defended. You know, you had Danielson defending the belt night after night, 60 minutes after 60-minute match. You know, that's what made these belts credible. It's, in my opinion, you could hold on to the belt forever. But if the belt isn't defended and if you aren't having great matches and great title defenses, then the credibility of the belt is just not going to get any stronger. And right now, this television championship doesn't mean anything. You know, maybe Lethal could bring some prestige to the belt once his reign is over, but, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen. As far as this match goes, like I said, it went 15 minutes. Obviously, Roderick is a heel, so he's trying to, you know, stall for time. He didn't really try to wrestle as hard as Lethal. Lethal obviously had the mentality of trying to pin Roderick as soon as possible to end the match. So it was good. I thought Lethal's chops were very effective. He actually out-chopped Roderick Strong here. You know, since Strong's lost a lot of weight, his chops just don't have the kind of effect that they used to have. And, you know, we got 5 more minutes. It went to a 15-minute. Obviously, after the 15 minutes were up, Cornette came out and said that, you know, asked the fans if they wanted 5 more minutes. We got a very, very lukewarm 5 more minute chant. The fans really didn't want to see it for the most part, but we got 5 more minutes again, and it was good though. I think these guys have a lot of potential. I think they have good chemistry. I think if you take this type of restriction off of them, they could have a much better match. I thought it was still good. I give it 3 1/4 stars. Just did not live up to its potential because of the booking. All right, next up we have Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, the tag team champions, taking on the All Night Express. The All Night Express actually won Ladder War 3 to secure themselves this title shot, and I heard a lot of mixed feelings about this. I heard a lot of people say this was crap. This was very, very disappointing for a tag team title match. Now let me say this was disappointing considering that it's Glory by Honor. I would say that, but it wasn't that bad though. I still thought it was a very, very good match. It had its moments. You know, I think the booking of the match was, they booked it like a WWE style match with Shelton selling a rib injury, and they had Haas and Benjamin playing the baby faces at first, which didn't work out well. As the match progressed, the fans were definitely in the All Night Express a lot more. Kenny King got a hot tag, and I thought Kenny King really made this match go. I thought he looked absolutely phenomenal here, and I would say that he's more athletic than Shelton Benjamin right now. He's that good. But yeah, Shelton looked pretty good. They did a beautiful counter where Shelton did his superplex leap, and then Kenny King and Red Titus countered it into a flying neckbreaker, which came off really, really sweet. The match had its moments though. It was boring at some parts, but you know, it actually got a "This is awesome" chant, which really isn't saying much when you hear it nowadays. But still, it was still good. I give it about 3 1/4. You know, if this had a better finish, it would have came off a lot better. Once again, that Haas and Benjamin combination finish just doesn't get the job done. It just came out pretty flat. But you know, still a good match. It wasn't awful like some people made it out to be. All right, so the main event, you had Davey Richards versus El Generico for the ROH title. I would say this. I would say if this match wasn't so predictable, it would have came off even better. I don't know, man. I was really torn on giving this 4.5 stars. I would probably say like a soft 4.5 stars, a high 4 1/4 star if you're going to go by star ratings. But let me just say, if you were kind of if you have mixed feelings on Davey and Eddie from Best in the World, then this could possibly be your Ring of Honor match of the year. I really thought it was that good. It was a breath of fresh air to see Davey finally in the ring with somebody other than Eddie Edwards or Roderick Strong. And, you know, him and Generico, they've had great matches in the past. They had that great match at the 8th anniversary show. I think this is even better than that. And, yeah, man, just awesome stuff. I think these guys have great chemistry. You know, obviously you have Generico in there in the main event of an ROH World Title match. He hasn't gotten a lot of, you know, world title shots in the past, so he definitely made the most of it. You knew this was going to be awesome. I'd probably say you probably saw the sickest brain buster ever in this match. You know, Generico, the way he hit that brain buster and the way he pulled it off, it was a must-see spot. And, you know, just a lot of drama. Even when Generico towards the end of the match, he actually put Davey in a sleeper hold, and that got a great ovation. It got a great reaction. And it was cool to see Davey and Generico counter out of that to an ankle lock, and then Davey bridged it up into a pin, which was a great near fall. And just great intensity from Davey. You know, I thought these two guys just put on an awesome main event. Definitely one of the top 10 Ring of Honor matches of the year, easily, arguably one of the top 5. I thought it was that good. So yeah, you know, things are looking really up now for Ring of Honor. You know, I was impressed with this show. I got a really, really positive feeling from it. I think Davey's going to have a great title reign. Just give him a wide variety of opponents. You don't want to see him wrestling the same guys over and over again. And then I think he'll be fine. But yeah, things are looking up. Looks like Hero might be coming back for good, and looks like they'll be doing some things with Chikara coming up. We'll see how that works out. Maybe a Chikara invasion, possibly. I think the seeds were planted for that with Eddie Kingston's promo after high noon. So we'll see what goes with that. So yeah, so definitely check out the show. I still thought it was a great show.